Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I am joined by.
Triple T, Teeny Talking Tina.
And we are here finally to do a drunk movie commentary
Yeah.
for The Dark Knight. This is going to be interesting. This should be fun, hopefully. We will get started. We'll just jump right into it because I have a whole lot to say. So why bother doing it before I press play? I have it on timestamp 00 in case you want to follow along. I'm going to press play in 3, 2, 1. Okay. It's play. Okay, now so we see the logo here. WB.
Still no Bugs Bunny.
That's true. But you know what's interesting is that
it's a dark movie when there's no Bugs Bunny.
No, yeah. Can you imagine Bugs Bunny appearing before this? I do like this version of the intro. In Batman Begins, they had a really loud thumping noise that happened during all of this part, and this movie doesn't do that, which is fine, but I really liked that soundtrack that they had right at the beginning there. DC has a little logo here way before the DC EU. I like this one better. It's a lot more subtle. And then this, seeing the bat symbol in fire, it's perfect. Batman Begins had the swarm of bats forming the symbol. This movie has
that before.
Yeah, and this movie has fire because it's the Joker. It's anarchy. The fire is blue. I wonder what the significance of that is.
It's the hottest.
Is it?
You know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Blue.
Huh. Interesting. So this, I remember this scene, the bank heist scene. I remember this being in IMAX before the movie came out. It was a way to promote the film in front of other IMAX films. They played this whole entire scene, and this helped get the movie hyped. If the trailers didn't do it, if the fact that it's a sequel to Batman Begins, if the fact that it's made by Christopher Nolan, if none of that won you over, this opening scene in IMAX did.
Nobody sees this?
Well, no one's looking up. And also, it's Gotham.
Nobody?
It's Gotham. I mean, come on. Okay, so we have the clowns in the car. I love that Heath Ledger Joker is in the back seat, but they don't call attention to it. It was a good reveal. Like right now, yes, we know, and it's obvious. But the very first time,
not to the people who are just watching it for the first time.
Right? Yeah. It's just you're just seeing these criminals come in here, and every time I watch this movie, this scene gets me hooked.
I'll never work at a bank.
Well,
I just won't. I just will never work at a bank.
It's pretty scary, especially the high-end banks. I mean, you have to figure if you're gonna work in Gotham, you're probably gonna get robbed or a gun put in your face at some point. And I love this plan too of whenever one of the clowns fulfills their duty, they get shot and killed, which means more money for them, right? So that's why everybody else is so on board with it.
How can you do that and not expect that's going to happen to you?
Well, because these are low-level thugs. They're not there's a reason why they're not the leaders of gangs, Yeah.
How can you agree to it and be like, oh yeah, this shit's not going to happen to me?
Plus, later on in the movie, they point out how the Joker goes after the more crazy, insane type of criminals because they're easy to
this guy's
control.
Acting too calm.
Well, because he's prepared. He has a shot. Yeah, he has a shotgun in his.
You just kill him?
He did. Like I said, if you work in Gotham, you have to be prepared for shit like this.
He's like, my floor's got a gun.
Pretty much. This is William Fichtner. We've seen him in a bunch of movies. There was a Michael Bay movie that we watched recently that he was in, right? Armageddon.
No.
We saw him in Armageddon. He's Bad Boys. He's a bunch of movies. The Ninja Turtles movies.
You think he heard he was out of bullets?
Yes. That's why he popped up like that, yes.
Why did they do that?
Why did they do? Well, he should have ducked down. Clearly, he has the shotgun, but he's not like a He probably, you know.
See? Look at
See?
whack.
Another guy whacked. Yep. And I mean, like, maybe now you're starting to figure out.
It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. It almost makes you want to do it, doesn't it?
It's like, I couldn't do it. I'd be anxiety issues.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
could
God.
not pull this off.
That's
no
true.
way. That's way too much money.
It's very tempting, though. No. I killed the bus driver. I love Heath Ledger's voice here. I mean, we'll get into Heath Ledger. He's clearly the... There we go. He's clearly the breakout. He's clearly the standout. He's clearly the guy that you paid most attention to. There's other great things in this movie, too. But you can't not talk about Heath Ledger first. Oh! He even killed the driver. See, he said, I killed the bus driver.
Wait. Oh my God, shut up.
See, he doesn't realize he's the leader. Whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger. There's a reveal. I remember...
That you just ruined.
I remember when Heath Ledger was first announced and cast as the Joker, everybody lost their mind in a bad way. They crapped on it. They said, really, the guy from Brokeback Mountain?
What did he just put in his mouth?
I think it's dynamite, I think, or it's...
Gas bomb.
Gas bomb, oh yeah. And that's a great, like, boom, he knew what time to come out to go along with all the other school buses. And the cops miss everything. Oh, if it wasn't for Gordon, every other cop is pathetic. But, so, when Heath Ledger was first cast, everybody crapped on him. The guy from 10 Things I Hate About You, he never...
He was good in that.
Well, he was great, but that's a teen romantic comedy, like, you know, like, it... Nobody bought him as the Joker, which is crap. And I don't really remember where I stood on it.
Good movies.
I love this. Batman Suspects, Elvis, Abraham Lincoln, and Bigfoot.
That's a Knight's Tale. That was good.
A Knight's Tale. Yeah, no, I'm not denying. Like, I'm not saying he was a bad actor, and I'm not saying he did bad movies. That's not what, and I don't think that's what people were saying either. I think people were just saying that they didn't think he could pull off playing a psychotic Joker villain. Like, you know, not everybody can do it. And I don't remember if I thought he could either. I was probably fairly neutral on it. But I was won over completely when they first showed the picture. The picture of Heath Ledger, the very first picture. You know what? I don't know if you remember. Do you remember the picture that they showed?
No, I wasn't following up too much on it.
Okay, so I'm going to look it up on my tablet here, and I'm going to show you as we're watching the scene where we see the Scarecrow. Scarecrow, if you remember in Batman Begins, got away at the end of the movie, along with a bunch of other inmates. There he is, Scarecrow. I love that this movie acknowledges Batman Begins. It's very much a sequel. It ties up loose ends from Batman Begins. I think there were a lot of people who saw this movie not realizing that Batman Begins existed. I do like seeing that Scarecrow's clearly been doing some nefarious things during this.
I didn't see this movie for the longest time because Heath Ledger was in it.
You didn't want to see it?
I didn't want to see it.
Because you knew this was his last movie?
Yeah, and he died because of it, I thought.
Well, yeah. I mean, some people... It
yeah,
definitely...
Batman doesn't have a gun.
Yeah, that's clearly not Batman. That's why Scarecrow says that's not him. Because he knows. Oh, nice. Fear gas. That's more like it.
Lawyer?
Yeah, so...
What does that even mean?
Now it says intimidate. So loiter means, like... Just to, like...
Hang out?
Wait, yeah, like wait in silence and...
Batman doesn't have a gun. Oh, he just tore his shit up.
And this is
taking off in a car. Look at these Rottweilers. Look at him.
This is why I hate dogs. Even Batman has to whack that dog.
No. My son would hate that.
What, that Batman just did that?
Yeah.
Well, hey, those dogs are evil. They're violent. They've been trained to kill.
He'd be like, yeah, you got rabies.
And I remember seeing this scene in the trailer and thinking, holy crap, this is cool. I will say that this is not only my favorite Batman movie, but this is my favorite movie in general. And the hype that I felt going into this movie is here you go. Boom, crushes it. And there he is, Cillian Murphy. I don't need help. Everybody's favorite line. I'm not wearing hockey pads.
So that's how the Scarecrow was caught again.
Yes. So now Scarecrow will go back. All right, this is the picture that they released of Heath Ledger. The very first time that we saw him at, like, what his Joker would look like. And if you guys have seen this picture before, the background's all black. You see Heath Ledger, white makeup, scarred mouth, the cuts on the side of his face to form the smile. It was sick. It was dark. It was twisted. And it immediately, I think, won people over by saying, all right, this is going to be a different type of Joker. This is going to be a Joker that we've never seen before. And I think it shut a lot of people up. And then when the movie came out, it completely shut people up. And I think, I'd like to think now people are a lot more open-minded. Although, Ben Affleck got a lot of crap when he was cast. Robert Pattinson's still getting crap.
I remember the Ben Affleck one.
Yeah, Ben Affleck. I mean,
was one of those people. I was like, I don't think.
Even I was pissed. I admit, but not because I didn't think he could pull it off. It's because I just thought he was too big of a recognizable actor, and I just felt like they didn't need to stunt cast like that. In retrospect, whatever. I liked him as Batman for the most part. And we see Michael Caine here, who is the best Alfred of all time. I think you and I have had that debate before.
We have, because no then beats the original.
Michael Goff was a horrible Alfred. He let Vicky Vale into the Batcave.
What is wrong with you?
Do we have to do this? He did. He let his niece.
What is wrong with you?
He let his niece Barbara into the Batcave and easily gave her all the information. I mean, come on, he was horrible. Michael Caine, at least. He is on Bruce Wayne's side for the most part, but he will challenge him when something happens or when he needs to hear an opposite opinion. See, you actually see him stitching his arm. You never saw Michael Goff stitch up Michael Keaton's arm or anything. Look at that. Yeah, it was a big dog. And see, I like that he will mess with him and give him crap over getting attacked by a dog, And Christian Bale.
You're just a hater.
Christian Bale is also my favorite Batman. I mean, look, I love Michael Keaton. Don't get me wrong, but
Michael Keaton's like this.
But there's something about Christian Bale and his. He has a lot of nuances to his Bruce Wayne, to his Batman. There's a lot more going on than just surface level stuff.
You're just saying that because this is your favorite movie.
Well, I mean, come on. Look at everything that Bruce Wayne and Batman is about to go through in this film. Everything with Rachel Dawes, how conflicted he is about whether or not to trust Harvey. Yeah, he's been having some hard nights.
How is he supposed to explain that to people?
He
can't go on a yacht.
He has to, he has to tell women that he,
got mugged.
That he has a fight club at night. I don't know. All right, so let me ask you this question. The elephant in the room.
That's Julia Roberts' brother.
Eric Roberts. Yes, it is. He plays Sal Maroni. There's Aaron Eckhart as Harvey Dent. I want to talk about Aaron Eckhart. Not right now, though. Maybe in a little bit. I want to ask you, though. I do like this ongoing thing with his coin. He constantly wants to flip heads or tail with her. Of course, we find out later that it's a two-headed coin, so he's constantly he makes his own luck. Um, but let me ask you about Maggie Gyllenhaal as Rachel Dawes. So in Batman Begins, Katie Holmes was originally Rachel Dawes, and some people shit on Katie Holmes. They say that she's the worst actress in that movie, and she's not as good as everyone else.
She did bad in that movie.
I don't think she was bad either, but this is the consensus. This is what people say about her. So, what do you think of not only Katie Holmes not coming back, but Maggie Gyllenhaal replacing her?
I think Maggie Gyllenhaal did a good job too.
I do. Yeah, me too. Me too. They're very different Rachels, so it's interesting. Maggie Gyllenhaal is a lot more spunky and a lot more. There's more energy to her Rachel. Katie Holmes was a little more subdued, maybe. So I like them both for different reasons. There is a part of me that wishes just for consistency in the trilogy to have had the same actress play, whether it was Maggie or Katie. I mean, whatever. But it's just the one glaring thing going from Batman Begins to The Dark Knight that clearly this is a different actress. You see that she is dating Harvey Dent. So last we saw her in Batman Begins, she told Bruce Wayne that she wanted to be with him. She had feelings for him, but she couldn't be with him as long as he was being Batman. And she said she would wait for him. She said she'd be there when he no longer needed to be Batman anymore. And Bruce Wayne is hanging on to that. He's clinging on to that. He's sort of saying, "Look, I'm going to do this Batman thing for as long as it takes, as long as to clean up the city."
Clearly, he can't do that anymore.
What do you mean? Why do you say that?
Because she's with someone else.
Oh, well, right. Well, see, that's the thing, is that because he just saw that tape, right, of her walking with him. I think, though, he thinks, well, she's just dating this guy just in the meantime until I'm ready. Which
well,
I don't. He doesn't realize.
Land.
He doesn't realize how serious they are. Yes. So I mean, she might have, and it might sound messed up that she said that to him and then starts dating somebody else. But at the same time, it's been about like 8 months, I think, or no, actually, I think it's been a year and a half. I think it's been 18 months since Batman Begins. So if she had been waiting for like a year, how much longer is she going to wait, I guess? You know, she's going to start dating this guy. Maybe he heavily pursued her, right? And so she finally started dating him, and now she likes him. And so it's awkward. It's confusing. You know, I'm not going to say that Rachel lied to Bruce or anything. She
has a life. She's moving on.
She's now dating a district attorney who he, too, you know, very similar to what Batman wants to do. He wants to clean up the city. He wants to clean up the streets.
He's just doing it.
Harvey Dent. He's doing it. He's doing it without a mask. He's doing it. That's why he's called the White Knight. And I think
it's weird because Heath Ledger is in the first night.
A Knight's Tale.
A Knight's Tale.
Yeah. There's a lot of nights going on, and they're all spelled with a K.
Cause it's night.
Right. Exactly. Mr. Lau. Every time I see this actor in anything, he was on Arrow, he's in Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Is he always a bad guy?
No, he's actually a good guy in The Winter Soldier. I don't remember if he's bad or not in Arrow, but every time I see him, I just call him Mr. Lau because he has, I want to say the biggest part in this movie, but he has a very memorable part in this movie. This guy does too. This guy that's talking to Lucius Fox. Lucius Fox, played by Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman is great. I like that he just kind of like blows this guy off and tells him like, wait, because this guy's talking about the finances and certain funds being missing, and of course Lucius knows that it's the Batman stuff that they're doing, but he just keeps him busy, tells him to check it again. You know, I do love that Bruce Wayne has not just Alfred, but he does have Lucius Fox to help him, to give him his gadgets. The old movies really just seemed like it was only Bruce and Alfred doing everything, and that's fine, but I like how this movie, it's like, no, it takes a little bit more than that. And I also like that Lucius knows what Bruce Wayne does, but they never really talk about it in a big way. He never flat out says you're Batman. He never flat out says you're going out and doing vigilante stuff. He just sort of says, "All right, you need this, I'll get it for you." Also, the real reason why they changed
Oh no.
what um Bruce Wayne just brought Natasha to a dinner that he really, so you're into ballet. Bruce Wayne, like, I know that this is his persona. I know that he's pretending to be a dick in some ways, but you know there's a part of him that is sort of really into this. Okay. They should. I own the place. He puts two tables together. Christian Christian Bale, this is why I like him. He plays a good, like, douchebaggery rich guy. And that's the persona that's out there for Bruce. You never really saw Michael Keaton do that. You never saw Val Kilmer do that. You never even saw George Clooney do it. And I think they're all capable of it. They just didn't do it for whatever reason. Where Bale leans into that.
They weren't written that way.
They weren't written that way? Yeah, but come on. I mean, Bale, pulls it off. Especially after seeing him in American Psycho. You see that he can play that pompous, rich asshole. So he can just take a little bit from that. Obviously, leave out the murderous psychopath part of Patrick Bateman, but he can bring some of that into Bruce Wayne, and it's believable. This is a great quote. A lot of people quote this: "You either die a hero, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain." Harvey Dent's talking about how, there's only so long that you can do this before you need to either go out or, as he's going to find out, you can turn evil.
Oh.
And this is where Bruce sees that, okay, maybe it's a little more serious than he realized, but...
Oh, he's getting jelly.
Well, hey, Rachel is his woman, at least in his heart. Maybe not officially, but in his heart, that's his woman, right?
Little does he know it's Selena Kyle.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah, right.
In the comic books, it says so.
Right. She just hasn't been introduced yet. So this is funny. Technically, we've already had an introduction scene of the Joker. And it was great. And it's memorable. And it's very talked about still. Some people say it's one of the best openings to any movie. And I agree with that. But this is technically another introduction to the Joker. Which is, he has two introduction scenes. Almost every scene where Joker pops in, it feels like you're being reintroduced to him because he comes in and he steals the scenes. You see that Mr. Lau is working with all these gangs. He just moved all of their money because he knew that the cops were on to him, and there's Spawn right there, Michael Jai White. I don't know have you ever seen Spawn?
No, I've seen Spawn.
The movie sucks, but I like Michael Jai White as an actor. I think if he was in a better movie.
Which one is he?
The black guy.
Oh, the one who gets in
the eye? No. That's his right hand man. He tells his guy to go to the Joker, and Joker puts his guy.
Don't ruin it for everybody who's watching.
See, that's Spawn right there. That's Michael Jai White. It's his.
Oh.
He tells his guy though to go and ruin it for everybody. I would hope that people who are watching this commentary have not only seen this movie but have seen it dozens of times, and it's such a classic that it shouldn't be spoiled. All right, here we go. How about a magic trick? He's gonna make this pencil. See, boom, ta-da! It's gone. I love it. That I remember in the theater. Now I saw this movie about.
Oh no!
I saw this movie about 6 times in the theater, and every time that scene, that moment gets a laugh, gets a big cheering moment. It's. There's probably a good 5 or 6 theater experiences that I'll never forget, and this movie was one of them. A lot of moments where people reacted very hard to Joker, to Heath Ledger, and the way that Heath has completely changed his voice, right? Like, if you watch Heath Ledger in any other movie that he's done, he doesn't sound like this. He's never sounded like this. He's more soft spoken.
No,
He's more
yeah.
like in this. Not only is he sounds
Creepy.
off, yeah, and he sounds unhinged. He sounds like he's close to snapping and freaking out. He also just his dialect sounds very different.
And he's hunched over and
Yeah.
he's
And I saw an interview with him. I believe it was pretty like right before he passed, and he talked about what he did to prepare for this role. And
he had to isolate himself.
yeah, right. He went to a hotel room for like 3 months by himself. He read some comic books, but he mostly worked on developing this voice. He developed the voice. He developed the tics that you see, the twitching and the licking of the lips, all of the stuff that you see him do throughout the movie. He made himself do that normally. And he even said in the interview that when he stopped shooting this movie, it was hard for him to stop doing that. Like he almost made himself like become this guy in a lot of ways, and he couldn't shake it off. And he said he couldn't sleep. He had a lot of issues sleeping. Obviously, he started taking sleeping pills to help that, and he overdosed on it. So, I mean, you know, did this movie directly cause him? Did this character directly cause him to die? It's hard to say, but I'd say it had a lot, or it played a big part in that. I remember
He was mixing medications
Yeah,
and stuff.
right. I remember Jack Nicholson, when somebody asked Jack Nicholson, what did he think of what happened to Heath? Jack Nicholson said, "I warned him," and I don't know what he meant by that. I don't know if he meant that like he talked to him beforehand and said, "Hey, this role is like pretty hard to do. You have to."
He warned him about medicines too.
Yeah.
Cause I saw.
You saw that same thing?
interviews.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, playing the Joker, maybe we can ask Joaquin Phoenix if he's had any like weird thoughts
What did he say to him to like?
to warn him. Yeah, I don't know, but it's creepy. I love how Batman's in the background, just listening to Harvey Dent and Jim Gordon argue. Gordon's upset that Harvey went behind his back to try to meet with Batman. He never admitted to Harvey that he knew Batman. Now Dent is gonna ask Batman to go get Lau because Lau is in China, and this is cool. This is one of the few times, I'm trying to think if it's indeed the first time that we ever see Batman. He does that. I love when he disappears. This is one of the first times that you see Batman in a different country. He goes to China and he has a really cool and memorable action scene, and you don't really get that, right? Most of the Batman movies, he's just in Gotham and that's it. And this was really cool that Christopher Nolan. I can't sing this guy's praises enough as a director. Christopher Nolan, like, man, like every movie that he does, I just feel like is a masterpiece. Mm-hmm.
Excuse you.
Oh, sorry. But see, this is an example of like, Lucius is showing him. Oh yeah, so this is what I wanted to say. So earlier, you know how when Bruce Wayne tells Lucius Fox, "Whoops," perhaps you should read the instructions manual first. Okay, so earlier in the movie, when Bruce Wayne tells Lucius Fox that he needs a new suit, that the first suit was too heavy, and he wants to be able to turn his head. That's a real thing that Christian Bale complained about with the first suit, is that he was too stiff. He couldn't do the action scenes believable because he just felt like he was too slow. He felt like he wasn't mobile enough, and he couldn't turn his head, just like the Keaton suit, he couldn't turn his head. So
he couldn't turn his head.
So Christian Bale complained, or not complained.
I remember those scenes.
He'd have to like turn his whole body in order to hit somebody. And so Christian Bale said something, and they not only changed it, they made it a story point in the movie to explain why he changes his suit. And I love that, Because if it was the '90s movies, he would just have a new suit and they
He's
wouldn't.
wearing no shirt. He can't do that.
Well, his back isn't exposed, right? Oh well, it is exposed. Okay. Well,
But
hey.
now, where's all his bruises now?
But think about it. All these women are on a free yacht, eating free food. No one's really paying that close attention to Bruce Wayne as he, goes away. All right. So Michael Jai White put out a bounty of sorts on Joker, saying, what was it, 500,000 alive, or no, 500,000 dead and 1,000,000 alive. So these guys supposedly has brought him dead. And then, oh, look at that. He just stabbed the other two guys. This movie's PG. So he just killed those two guys on the side. If we put this, I'm not going to do it because we're doing, commentary and I don't want to mess up the time.
Oh my God, he's going to cut his face.
So if you watch that in slow motion.
I don't remember all of this movie.
When he gets up, he stabs the two guys in the stomach with knives and kills them as he sits up. It's very quick, so you don't notice it unless you saw it in slow motion. And okay, so now this is the first time that he's supposedly telling the story of how he got these scars. And he's talking to him about his father. His father abused him, and his father abused his mom, and his father supposedly cut the scars in his face. And yeah, this delivery is convincing. Why so serious? See? And we don't see what happened, but we see enough to be like, oh, okay, he just killed him. That's how you kill people in a PG-13 movie. You don't show it, but it's very implied. And Joker kills so many people, probably in the double digits, and you don't see blood, so that's how he gets away with it. And look at this. He's telling these henchmen, hey, if you want a spot on his team, then you all have to kill each other, and whoever survives gets to be in my gang. It's sick. It is sick. And you wonder, did they really kill each other? Who won? You wonder. I love the scenes that I shot in IMAX because it's very big and very looks beautiful. I remember seeing it in theaters and just no CGI.
How did he buy off the other people? I'm like, so...
Who, Mr. Lau?
No, because the other two guys. How did he buy off the other two guys?
Oh, you mean the guys that brought him in? I mean, think about it. Look at how quick and easy it is for Joker to rip off mob bosses and take their money. Those guys look pretty low level to where you could just be like, hey, I'll give you, something small, 1,000, maybe, That's all they had to do. And we clearly see later on that Joker doesn't care about money. That's another crazy scene. So Lucius Fox right now has gone to China. He's meeting with Mr. Lau. He's telling him that Bruce Wayne is not interested in doing business with him. He says a phone call would suffice, but obviously Lucius Fox is here for another reason. But this is a good, a good disguise to, make it seem like this is why he's here. See, he gave this guy his phone, but no, he already has his phone, right? So, what did he give him? I wonder. It's been a while since you've seen this, right? So you don't really remember everything? Right?
I don't.
Okay. And then there's Bruce Wayne being a tourist. I like it. Very, very incognito. I love how he was taking pictures with his sunglasses on. See, so he put a sonar device in there, and they can see the whole building, like as far as like who's in it, figures, count how many people are in it. Very cool, very cool. See, very subtle. They don't get into too much of Lucius knows he's going to do this, but they don't really get into it. I like their relationship a lot. And
he's not wearing a mask.
No, he's not, because I think he's taking it all in before he goes. Look how cool this looks, though. This is just shot really, really well. I like it. And Christian Bale's really up there. He's really, that high up. Let me see Michael Keaton
like
doing
Tom
it.
Cruise.
Let me see Michael Keaton doing all this.
Don't think that he won't.
Really? Okay. Well, let's get that Batman Beyond movie made, and let me see him do something.
Was he asked to do this stuff?
Was he? I don't know. Let's ask him. Let's ask Tim Burton. So there you go. Now the device is about to turn on. He's gonna be able to read the whole building, and look at they're messing with their power. I love this scene. I do. I just something about Batman doing, grabbing somebody that the cops can't get to. This is something that only Batman can do. This is a great jump. Whee! Woohoo! And that's cool right there. Oh, look at how beautiful that looks. Oh.
That's scary.
Well, not for B-Man. B-Man!
I think they get some sick thrill out of this. That's why they keep doing it.
You think so?
Yes.
Whee! That's awesome.
Like, I'm gonna die, but I don't care.
Oh, I love the way that looks. Whee! And then, okay, so he's going to... That's awesome right there. Oh, yeah, and they mentioned earlier that he has to be careful with bullets. His previous suit could take bullets fine. This suit, though, because he didn't want it, right? It's because he didn't want it to be as heavy. So Lucius told him that you can't take gunshots. Knives too. He'll easily be able to go through. So he's lost a little bit of his armor. I do like that shot. He's dragging Mr. Lau, about to be out of the building. All these cops that he has bought and paid for. I like that he not only was able to do this by himself, but he set the timer on the bombs perfectly. He knew how long it would take him to grab them. I love that. And he was earlier he was talking to Lucius Fox about how he'd be able to get out of a helicopter and then get back into one, or a plane. So this is how they were able to get him back into a plane without the plane landing. Look at that. That is awesome. I bet you Mr. Lau is fucking losing his mind right now. There he goes.
Wow.
Yeah. Back to Gotham you go. And I love this. Please deliver to Lieutenant Gordon. Did Batman write that himself? Because that's hilarious. Even Gordon just smirked there.
Oh my goodness.
So this is
So the only reason why they couldn't get him was because he was out of the country.
yes, and China is out of
Their
Gotham and jurisdiction. Harvey Dent, he can't touch him. He has the cops in China bought and paid for, so they weren't going to cooperate and help anyone try to get him. So yeah, he was well protected there. So you never, because hearing you say that Selena Kyle was Bruce Wayne's true love or whatever you said. So you never looked at Rachel as Bruce Wayne's true love? Because they grew up together, they knew each other since they were kids. No.
Just like I don't expect Gwen Stacy to be
Peter Parker's
one true love.
Well, not one true love. Okay, so you don't think somebody can have more than one true love? Or do you think by definition true love means one? Is that what you're saying?
That's why I said one true love.
Well, one, right, sure. But, Gwen Stacy was was a pretty cool chick, you know. You know, some would argue that she was better for him than Mary Jane.
You're in the wrong.
Mary Jane in the comic books was
That's
better.
Marvel. This is DC, man.
Okay, sorry. Well, hey, you brought up Gwen Stacy, so you had me going there. So I like how
So you think
what?
Rachel is the Gwen?
Yes. I mean, if we're gonna compare it, yeah, Rachel is the one that like we thought he was gonna be with, but then she gets killed, and then you bring in Mary Jane, you bring in Selena Kyle. What do you mean hello? Well, like I said, this is not a spoiler free. Like, come on, people have seen The Dark Knight if they're watching this commentary. I love that these cops they arrest all these criminals. And he arrested, what, 246? Okay, see that Joker card? That's going to come into play with this judge in a bit. Look at how many people that they have. How many defendants? Look at this. 549 criminals.
Hey, he's
The sheriff.
Alex.
The sheriff from Bates Motel.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna say that. He plays the mayor of these movies. I do like though that you have to admit that's a pretty impressive. Yeah, see, Dent is explaining that like that the higher end criminals are going to be able to buy their bail and get out, but like Dent said, the lower level guys, they can't afford bail, so you're going to have most of these guys in jail for a few months. He's like, imagine clean streets for all that time as you convict the bigger people. Like it's a good plan. Ah! I remember in the theater.
What is wrong with you?
I remember in the theater that moment made me jump. So
you had to scare the shit out of me?
Oh no, Batman's dead, right? They just killed Batman. Oh no. Oh no. That's creepy. Will the real Batman please stand up?
What is this, Eminem?
Yeah, well, hey. If you're going to quote a rapper, it's not a bad one to quote.
I need another drink.
You need a refill? All right.
Yeah.
Want to give me one too? So, this is a great moment because we're about to see the video footage of Joker having this guy kidnap Brian. You know, the fake Batman.
Jerk.
He said, then why do you dress up like him? See, it's weird because Joker is very, like, what he's doing right now is very messed up, but he's so goofy that it's funny, but you shouldn't be laughing.
It's not funny.
Oh, well, it's funny to me. Okay, but the way he says, "Look at me," the way, like, that's when he gets serious, and that's when he's scary because you know he's about to kill this guy. And now he's ordering for Batman to take off his mask and turn himself in. He said every day he won't, people will die. And I love his, look at this. Yellow teeth. And poor Brian. God only knows what he did.
And they showed that on TV? What
I mean,
is wrong with Gotham?
It's, hey, you wouldn't live in Gotham?
No, it's like Dorchester.
What? Jesus. You could have said Compton or something. You have no idea Yeah, imagine finding out that Rachel's ex-boyfriend's Batman. What an entrance for Bruce Wayne in a freaking helicopter with a bunch of models. Isn't that great?
With
Look at that.
3 of them.
3 of them, because 1 wasn't enough. 2's not enough. No, Bruce Wayne needs 3 models. And see, this is what I mean, though, about Christian Bale perfectly playing this asshole, full of himself, Bruce Wayne. It's a great cover. It's a great disguise. Who in this crowd would expect this guy to be Batman, you know? And this is where Bruce Wayne admits that Harvey Dent is
a swell guy.
Yeah, you know, I think that dinner made him realize that he means what he says. He really does want to clean up the city, and that means something to him because Harvey Dent represents the reason why he won't have to be Batman anymore. And if
then
he
he's gonna try to steal Rachel.
Well, that's true. It's like, oh hey Harvey, you know, thanks for doing all that hard work to clean up the streets. Now I'm gonna take your almost fiance because she hasn't answered this question, right? See? It's coming. Poor Bruce Wayne. He's holding out everything, thinking that the end of the tunnel means that he'll be
She's never gonna choose him.
No, she yeah, we find out later that she didn't choose him, and Alfred keeps that from him, and that's a very big moment, especially when we go into Dark Knight Rises. Now this character Ramirez, who's talking to Gordon, I thought she was going to be Renee Montoya.
That's what I thought you were gonna say, Montoya.
But I think there's a reason why they didn't have her be Renee Montoya.
Because
there's a moment when we find out that she's being paid off by Joker's men, or was it Sal Maroni's men? She's being paid off by bad guys. Now she's not a dirty cop in the sense that like she's not evil or anything. She's doing it because her mother is in the hospital, or her mother has medical bills, and so she needed the money. But she was remorseful about it. In any event, though, she's the one who takes Rachel and brings her to.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I don't think you want to have Renee Montoya be a
bad guy,
a bad cop. Yeah, so this character is Ramirez instead. Now here's in the first movie we saw that the commissioner is Commissioner Loeb, and as soon as you saw him, you kind of figured, all right, his fate probably won't be all that great because, well, Gordon has to get there, and I do like though that Gordon is doing everything he can to try to save him, the judge, and I think Harvey Dent are Joker's 3 targets. Okay, here's Harvey asking Rachel what's her answer. He asked her to marry him. She can't give an answer because she still loves Bruce, and she's conflicted. She'll eventually pick Harvey, but right now she's at a point where she's, it's someone else, isn't it? It's look at Bruce chokes him out. Look at Don't worry, he didn't do that because he was proposing. Up. Oh, there goes the judge. Blown up. Joker cards everywhere. Commissioner Loeb is poisoned. Look at this.
Oh no.
Look at that.
And the only one left is Dent.
Yep, and I love this. This is. And I don't know if you can hear it because I have the volume down, but that's the first and I think only time that we hear Bruce Wayne, not in Batman costume with the Batman boys. He because Batman, that persona, is his true persona. Now, this scene also feels like an introduction scene just because of how he comes in and makes everybody nervous and takes over the scene, steals the drink.
And doesn't even drink it, dumps it first.
Yeah, right. Smacking people around. Like, I do like seeing Bruce Wayne easily dismantle a gun. That's very important for me to see. Unlike other Batmans who use guns that I don't like.
Just shut up.
Look at what were they doing? Did you see that? What were they doing? They were having a little bit too much fun. This guy, I forget why. If somebody can tell me in the comments why this guy with gray hair that Joker is talking to right here, right now, he's been in every single Batman movie. Like even the he always has a part. Like he's somebody that they always throw in. I saw a meme online that had a picture of him from every other movie that he's in.
Even the old ones, like
yeah,
the
Keaton and the
Clooney.
Kilmore. Yeah. I mean, he's not Bob Kane or Bill Finger. He's not, the creators of the character. So he must have something to do with, or he must know somebody in Warner Brothers. That now,
oh my god,
this scene's pretty intense. He's gonna grab Rachel with the knife, and he's gonna tell her a second story. Now, this is because I'm somebody who subscribes to the fact that I don't think Joker should have an origin, or I don't think we should know his origin. I don't care to know his origin. There's been plenty of stories that have told his origin, and I guess I have to deal with it. But I love how this movie used his origin as like a multiple choice, right? So he's telling now a different version of how he got his scars. His wife, who got beat up by a bookie or something, messed up her face. So he's cut himself to make her feel better, but it made her leave him. Maybe the first story with the father abusing him is more sad and more believable. But I like that he tells people, like, if we had a third scene, he would tell that person a different way of how he got the scars. I just love it. Maybe there's a little bit of truth to all of them. He just combines it all. Who knows, right? But at the end of the day, I like the ambiguous, random, not knowing his origin. I like that a lot more.
You never get it anywhere. Cartoons.
Well, I mean, the Killing Joke tells his origin. Or, I don't know. Because
no, it doesn't.
There is a line where he says, at least that's how I remember it, right? So that's kind of your way of saying maybe that's not his origin. And the Joker Joaquin Phoenix movie is his origin, but some people think that that whole movie is a lie, so who knows?
It is a lie.
This scene I love. The way how he just drops Rachel out a freaking window and like I mean, hey, Batman did say let her go. But I love that moment. I love it. And I love, look at this. Like they're really falling. How many stories? Look at this. Oh. God.
Oh my goodness.
Thank God for a cape.
How did she
and
not
for
die?
armor. Well, because he protected her.
How did they not die? I don't get how they didn't die.
Well, his cape glided them down so that they weren't falling completely. And then he took most of the fall. At least that's what I think.
That's stupid.
You think that's stupid? You don't think they should have survived that?
No.
It's Batman. You think Batman's going to be able to not survive? Why did you want to see him use his grappling hook?
Yes, or something. How did they fall that way and didn't die?
Okay. Can you stop trying to attack my favorite movie? I buy that they survived that. So this is Alfred playing devil's advocate, saying that because Batman has been doing such a good job in Gotham, he's made the mobsters so desperate that they've turned to the Joker, somebody that they didn't fully understand, that they don't really know what he's capable of. They've given him all this money, and they're letting him do what he does. And clearly, what he's doing is a next level shit. And I love that Alfred tells Bruce the story about looking for that guy, the guy who stole some ruby or some stone, and then when they chased after him, they saw that that the guy took the ruby, but then just gave it to this kid, and then left. And so he didn't do it because he wanted it. He did it because he just wanted to prove that he could do it. And that's similar to Joker. He doesn't really have a plan. He doesn't want money. He doesn't want to get rich. He just wants to do it. He just wants to do things. He just wants to
see the world burn.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that. And I love that explanation for Joker. He doesn't want to get rich. He doesn't want anything. He just wants to be a dick. And he just wants to cause as much mayhem and destruction as he can. And he also, because he thinks it's fun and funny, he wants to break people, which is what he tries to do to Batman. He tries to get Batman to kill him because he wants to, but he can't do it. And he obviously later tries to break Harvey Dent, and he's successful. Check the names. One guy is Richard Dent, the other one is Patrick Harvey. Harvey Dent, yeah, it's a message. I like how Bruce Wayne tells Gordon, let me check this place out before your cops touch anything. And Gordon takes Batman's side. I like that. I do, I like it. I like that he trusts Batman that much. And he just found his next target. The mayor. And you know what? When people say that we've never had a detective Batman in a movie, I admit that they've never focused on it. They've never really gotten into him being a detective. Sure. But
they
this
have
right
hinted
here,
at it.
Yes, they've hinted it, right. Even Michael Keaton has done work with trying to find a cure to Joker's formulas and perfumes and all that stuff in the 89 movie. In this movie, we see Christian Bale figuring out the bullet casings and whose gun that came from that killed those two guys. So you get it. It's there. It's just not what the whole movie is about. And I think people want a whole movie about Batman being a detective.
Guy.
Yeah, this is the guy who he thinks he's smart. He thinks he's figured out who, and I guess technically he has. He's figured out that Batman is Bruce Wayne, and he has the proof here. But I love what happens here. I love that he thinks he's about to blackmail Batman. And I love that Lucius. It's almost like Lucius already knew what to say to him because he's astonished that this guy is really trying to blackmail him. And you with his bare hands. And your plan is to blackmail this person? Good luck. Well, I'll just take that. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it is pretty stupid.
I mean, come on. Like, you don't think that this guy who you think is Batman is going to be able to handle you blackmailing him? And then, okay, look at he just got a fingerprint. See? Tell me that he's not a detective. Tell me. Say it.
He's not a detective.
Well, you mother. Okay, so here is the parade where they're celebrating the life of Commissioner Loeb, who died, right? Supposedly, this is the same parade where Joker said he was going to kill the mayor. I like that he's going out not as Batman, but as, Bruce Wayne. Partly because it's daylight, but also because it'll be easier. It's almost like in the animated series where you saw Bruce Wayne pretend to be Matches Malone, and so he wouldn't be Batman. He would just go undercover and sort of just like check out things that's happening on the streets.
And then bam, he's Batman.
Exactly. Well, when he realizes that he needs to do something Batman, then he'll do it. So Commissioner Loeb, in the comic books, Loeb is very corrupted, very much a bad guy, very much against Gordon. Whereas in this movie, or in these movies, I mean, you see him more in Batman Begins. He's not really a bad guy, Loeb. He's just not Gordon. So you know that Gordon has to get there somehow. In the comic book store, Loeb is a real piece of shit.
Why is he even there?
Who? The mayor?
Yeah.
Well, because he has to be there if like his commissioner got killed.
See, look at all the guys that like.
Well, these are the guys who were supposed to be them. So, Joker and his guys, took their costumes or their attires, and they've taken their place. Uniforms. I said costumes. Uniforms. That's what I meant. There's a timer right there. So look, this is the first and only time that we see Heath Ledger not with makeup on in this movie. I don't know if you remember.
We still see the scars though, right?
Yes, of course. The scars are the only thing that see we see.
That guy. That guy we saw in the other movie.
Prisoners. Yeah, well, he's also an Ant-Man, but there he is. Boom. So, we just saw Heath Ledger. No makeup, but with scars. And... Now, this scene fucked my shit up when I saw this in the theater. I thought that they killed Lieutenant Gordon. And I was like, you motherfuckers. I like how angry... I mean, this is kind of our first time seeing angry Harvey Dent. Big Bad Harv, I guess you can call him. Look at... There's your clue for their next target. Rachel Dawes on the name tag. And he's just laughing. This guy has a very creepy face. I mean, I've seen interviews with him where, like, in real life, he's a really nice guy. But he just looks and he plays creepy very well. Okay, so they're coming to Gordon's wife and telling her that Jim is dead. Interesting that we constantly see his son. Now, she said, go play with your sister.
Barbara is his wife?
Barbara, yes, and then his daughter is named after the mom.
Oh.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's interesting that they chose to focus on the son more than the daughter. I mean, I don't think that Nolan ever intended to, like, be like, hey, here's Barbara Gordon. She's going to become Batgirl one day. But still, you would think that you would... yeah, right. We only see the sister, the daughter, when Harvey Dent kidnaps all of them. I do love the scene of Batman going after a bunch of guys in a nightclub. I love it. Oh, we missed the part where the girl that Eric Roberts is with, she goes, "This music's too loud. We can't even hear each other talk." And he says, "What makes you think I want to hear you talk?" That's a great line. But okay, yeah, Batman just got to him. These are the last two, by the way, if you want one. So I like that Harvey Dent is telling Rachel that you can't trust anyone right now because Gordon is gone. But like this whole period where we think Gordon is dead, I was fuming in the theater. I was sitting there in my seat, turning and tossing and just not happy. I really like the scene because I like the idea that Harvey has the Two-Face personality in him already. It comes out when he's really angry and desperate. Okay. I'm counting on it. He drops him. Oh, breaks his ankles. See, Batman is very willing to injure and maim, but he won't kill. Have you seen this guy? Have you met this guy? See, and here we go. See, now we've gotten to the point where the Joker has smartened people up that he doesn't kill people. Batman doesn't kill people. So now people feel like they probably fear Joker more than Batman, and they will do anything for the Joker because they know Batman won't kill people, which I don't think they previously knew that. See, now he's feeling the heat of the... It's like what Dexter would do, right? He pointed at it. Look at this. You're watching this and you're saying, yeah.
He's probably a really good bad guy.
Who, Harvey Dent?
Yeah, the other guy gets allowed it.
Well, I mean, besides Ant-Man, yeah. But in everything else I've seen him in, he plays...
Oh yeah, he's the good guy in that. He's the cleaning guy.
He's with T.I. He's the I forget his character's name, but he's like Russian or something. He calls. But he was also in Gotham at the Gotham TV show as a villain. That shitty show. Not exactly, see? Nobody but Harvey Dent knows that it's... Look at... So, a former inmate of Arkham, that's what Joker goes after. It's a guy who is a paranoid schizophrenic. He's easily manipulated. I love this. I love that Batman saying to him, like, you can't be doing shit like this. Oh, and hearing Batman say Jim Gordon would have died for nothing. Oh, just hearing Jim Gordon dying, like, it's not supposed to happen. It was angering me so much. You can't give in! And I like that. So Bruce Wayne was fully prepared to turn himself in and reveal himself as Batman. And it was Harvey Dent who didn't want him to do that. And that's why Harvey pretends to be Batman himself and stages a trap for Joker. So I like that there are...
Harvey Dent's an idiot.
Well, hey, he's showing that he's willing to put himself in harm's way if it means... He's
trying to be Jim Gordon.
He's trying to save Gotham. Gotham is a place that needs some fucking work. And I like seeing a guy. I mean, look, clearly Harvey gets corrupted and becomes evil, but I do like that his intentions. Oh no, Rachel just cheated on Harvey by kissing Bruce Wayne. Now, Bruce Wayne, I wonder if Bruce could have slept with her. I don't know. He doesn't do it. He just kissed her and then just, it's almost like he wanted to prove to himself, like, okay, I still got her. But if you turn yourself in, they're not going to let us be together. See, so she's very much like caught between them right now. And this is serious. He's burning evidence. He's burning everything that ties Batman to Lucius or Rachel. Like, he is serious about turning himself in, and this is what I love about Christian Bale as Batman. He's willing to do this to stop killing. Would Michael Keaton's Batman do this? I don't know. Even Val Kilmer.
You gotta back off of Keaton, man.
Even Val Kilmer stood up at the circus and said, "Harvey, I'm Batman," to stop him from killing everyone.
Keaton would have done it.
Would he have? Okay.
He would have.
All right. Oh, look, if you say so. I like how Alfred says, "I'm gonna tell him the whole thing was your idea." Well, Bruce says that to. I'm gonna tell him the whole thing was your idea. That is funny, right? The whole Batman thing was Alfred's idea. That would be funny. All right, so here's our moment, the press conference. But I love that Bruce Wayne didn't know that Harvey was going to do this. Even Rachel didn't know that Harvey was going to do this. Harvey decides on his own to pretend to be Batman. No more dead cops. We're going to get there. Don't worry.
You're ruining the whole movie.
But the night is darkest just before the dawn. Harvey Dent has some great quotes in this movie. Christopher Nolan and his brother Jonathan Nolan wrote the script, and they wrote no more dead cops. There you go. I was a little early with that, but see, now this is where Bruce is like, all right, well. And look at Bruce steps forward. He's going to get ready to do it. And then, what? And everybody's like, huh? I am the Batman. And Rachel's like, what the fuck? Exactly. Alfred gets it. See, this Alfred gets it. He's being something more, which is what we get to at the end of the movie. Yes. So Rachel has written Bruce Wayne a letter. How will I know? It's not sealed. She basically said you can read it if you want. And we all know Alfred's gonna read the letter. How can you not love Michael Caine as Alfred? Tina, how can you not like Michael Caine as Alfred?
I didn't say I didn't like him.
Oh, you do like him. Okay, all right.
I just don't think he's the best. Alfred.
You're just going off of what you grew up on. You're not seeing the nuances there. Now, look at the masked driver. Pay attention. Play close.
Close attention.
I'm not saying I've had a. I'm not saying I've drank a little bit, but okay. So So here's a moment where not only do you get the make out, but heads I go through with it. I love that. I'm not. You make your own luck. Look at that. I love that. That was great. Great moment right there. And it's very important that we see that Rachel is the last person that has that coin before shit hits the fan.
Oh my goodness.
This is good. I mean, it's hard for me to say what my favorite scenes are. I mean, like, look, I do have a favorite scene. I do. But as far as, like, moments, look at this. Oh, killed the black guy.
Of course you point that out.
He shot the black cop in the face. My God. All he said was, you can't be here. All right. So.
You didn't like that answer.
Yeah, right? So this is a great, yeah, you light a fire truck on fire, and it forces them to go underground.
No one stops for it, though?
Now, this sequence is shot in IMAX. That's why it looks so good. And this garbage truck guy is clearly a Joker affiliate. Okay, pay attention to the driver. See the driver?
Yeah. Can't pay attention to the driver. He's got like a COVID-19 mask on.
No, right. He does have a mask, but I'm just saying pay attention to him. Oh, there goes a SWAT car or truck. Van, whatever the fuck. Slaughter is the best medicine. I love that. There he is. Uh-huh.
That little handgun does that? That's nice.
I know, but look at now we're upgrading. Shotgun. A lot bigger. How about a bazooka? Booyakasha. Hey, just give me another one. All right. Ready? There's the big one. Oh. And we have to just keep going,
He's
right?
a lame shot.
Well. All right, here's the Batmobile. I think I asked you in the Batman.
Bat tumbler.
Right, I think I asked you in the Batman Begins commentary. Do you like the tumbler?
I like the Batmobile better.
Oh, well, you're one of those, huh? I like the tumbler. Yes, I know it's not traditionally a Batmobile, but I like the idea of Batman having a tank. I do. In the Dark Knight Returns comic book, he does like the Batmobile is a tank in that comic book. So obviously that's where Nolan got the idea of this from.
Is it?
Yeah, in the Dark Knight Returns, the Frank Miller comic book, Batman has a tank for the Batmobile. So that's where he got this from. And I love that he let himself get blown up here to save Harvey Dent. If that doesn't show you that Batman is willing to sacrifice himself, I don't know what does. Look at that. Boom. And you know what? That's the end of the tumbler. That this is the last time in this movie that we will see the tumbler intact. Which is kind of sad to see because the tumbler had a really cool chase scene in Batman Begins. I want to drive. Look at these guys checking it out. Hey, what's going on here? We can sell this for parts. Now, I do love that Batman built a Plan B in the tumbler, or I should say Lucius Fox probably made it.
Just in case.
Just in case. I mean,
get it blown up.
Yeah. See, he sees that he has to eject. This was cool because I didn't know that the Bat Pod was going to come out of the tumbler like this. Look at that. And so we see the bat self-destruct so that nobody can do anything with the tumblers. It just blew up. And he has the bat pod now. I love it. The bat pod is very cool looking. It is. And I remember watching the behind the scenes where they showed not only how drivable the bat pod was, but originally Batman was supposed to have his cape bunched up. You know how when he was in Hong Kong and you didn't see his cape and it came out like a backpack, like, for him to glide. Originally, whenever he was on the bat pod, he was supposed to have that same thing where you didn't see the cape. The cape was supposed to be bunched into the backpack. But at the last second, Nolan said, let's just see how it looks, right? So because they originally thought that the cape would get caught in the wheels, the back wheels, so that's why they didn't initially want to do it. But then they tried it, and when they tried it, the cape blew out with the wind and looked really cool. So they said, well, we can keep the cape because it doesn't get caught and it looks cool like that, right? So I love that they didn't do it. I mean, I get the aesthetics of why they thought they couldn't do it, but I love that it worked out because I love seeing Batman with the cape and it goes out like that.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool.
It does look cool, right? And this, I mean, this is up there for me as far as like favorite scenes. This might be my favorite action scene. I don't know. I have a favorite scene just because of the dialogue and because of the moment and the intensity of the moment. And we'll get to that when it happens. But as far as like an action scene, this might be my favorite action scene here. I love how he does this right here. He hooks the wires into the truck and then ropes it with the poles. And then this stunt was done for real. No CGI. They legit flipped the truck. And that's cool right there. But, like, because there's no, like, Nolan doesn't use CGI. Or if he does use CGI, it's very little. A lot of his action scenes are practical. And that stunt looked great. And I love how dizzy he is. Look at this. But yeah, I love this moment. I love when he's daring Batman to kill him, to just run him over. See, Joker is willing to die in order to, like,
proven wrong.
Yes, in order to prove that Batman is a killer or can be a killer. Hit me. And Batman, as much as he wanted to do it, he clearly wanted to kill him. He, at the last second, moves because he can't do it. And Joker's almost disappointed that he didn't kill him. He's disappointed. He's like, God damn it. I can't get this guy to kill me. And this is, so you can't easily take his mask off. I do like that. There's, he's making fun of his own guy for getting electrocuted. Okay, so this is the masked driver I was talking about. It's Gordon. The driver was Gordon the whole time. Look at that. We got him. Look at that. I cheered so loud when I saw that Gordon was still alive. I was like, woo! Oh.
I was so happy when he was alive too.
Yes, because you can't kill Gordon.
I hate this friggin' movie if he's really dead.
Not only can you not kill Gordon in general, but you can't kill Gordon until
he becomes commissioner. He was
look at the guy. Look at the cop who is driving.
Yeah,
Harvey
I know.
Away, and look at her face. She knows what's about to happen to them. So there you go. So like she knows that they're about to take Harvey, and she knows that she's about to take. I love that, like, he has nothing in his pockets but knives. He has no ID. He has no name. He has nothing. No evidence on who he is. Back from the dead. He had to protect his family. Have we talked about how great Gary Oldman is as Commissioner Gordon or as Lieutenant Gordon, as James Gordon? Gary Oldman's great. He's great. I don't think we'll ever get a better Gordon. We might get some good Gordons, but we won't get a better Gordon. And I love how the mayor he's told him right now, you're going to need some rest because tomorrow, Commissioner Gordon. And this is a moment that the theater clapped for. I'm clapping right now. This, because he earned it. Like, we saw him earn it. Even the Joker's clapping. Look at that. Very creepy clapping, but...
she's gonna smack him in the face.
Yeah, do you blame her, I guess? She's like, you motherfucker.
You made me think you were dead.
You would do the same thing, wouldn't you?
I would be so upset.
You would do more than one slap, probably. All right, I have to pee, so you need to hold down the fort. All right, I'm gonna be just a minute.
You can't pee?
Yes, I need to pee. I'm drinking a lot, and his son's gonna tell him, "Did Batman save you, Daddy?" And he says, "Actually, this time I saved him."
Oh, this time I actually saved him. Oh, you're right, he did.
See, isn't that nice? Of course, he doesn't check on his daughter.
He doesn't. I can't believe it, because it is Batgirl.
I mean, who knows? Maybe Christopher Nolan doesn't.
And then
really
he
care.
goes out.
Maybe Christopher Nolan doesn't really care.
And then he's in the interrogation room with the Joker.
Okay, let me hurry up and pee. All right.
And he's sitting down with him.
Okay, let me hurry up and pee. Okay, I'm back, and the reason why I'm back, and the reason why this is very important to me, is because this is my favorite scene in the movie. You know, I know it's not an action scene. I know it's not like people blowing up and people dying and stuff, but this is my favorite scene. This is my favorite scene because of everything going on here. All right, first of all, we know that now Harvey Dent and Rachel are missing. And so Joker is pointing out how clearly your guys are corrupted because who had them? They were your cops, you know? So Joker is pointing out to Gordon how he can't trust any of his people. And because earlier in the movie, Harvey Dent accused Gordon of having bad cops, and Gordon defended his cops, saying that they're, you know. So now Joker is pointing out to Gordon that now, because you trusted your cops and didn't vet them better, they're corrupted, and it's gonna, yeah. Now, I love this because the good cop, bad cop routine. Not exactly. I love this moment. This is the first time that Batman and Joker have officially like have a conversation, not like fighting. I mean, like they actually. You can't feel the next C. This is great. Just Batman and Joker talking to each other, not fighting, like having a physiological, intellectual conversation about why they are who they are. It's my favorite moment in this movie.
I'll let Dent take your place. That's old.
He said, "Why? He said, why do you want to kill me?" And he's like, "I don't want to kill you. Where would I be without you?" You complete me. I love it. Oh, I can't help but just like watch and listen to this and admire it. I know this is a commentary. I know I'm supposed to be talking, but this is insanely great stuff here. Heath Ledger is killing it right now because he, you know, I'm not saying it's the first time, but it's one of the few and only times where you watch a villain in a movie and you hear him talk about how he views the world. You hear him talk about how he thinks people act. And you sit there and go like, well, fuck, he's right. People do suck. People are easily corrupted. People will do anything for money or for power, and they're predictable. And it's like he's right. He's absolutely right. And Batman is one of the few and only people that he can't change and corrupt. And he knows that Batman has his one rule. And you know, granted, Batman does come very close to breaking his rule. He even admits that he wants to break it, but see them. Joker mentions that Rachel is also taken. He thought, I actually thought for a second that Harvey Dent was Batman, the way you threw yourself at her. It's best to look at you go. He's so condescending, it's great. Does Harvey know about you and this little bunny? Or his blushing bride to be. Oh, and Heath Ledger also has a great Joker laugh. Joker laughs are very important, and his is great. But that's the point. Now, it's pretty fucked up. He purposely told the opposite directions and locations for each of them. Because he knew that Batman would go after Rachel. So he gave Batman Harvey Dent's location, saying it's Rachel. Because he wanted Rachel to die. Because he knew that Harvey Dent had to be the one. And the way how you know that he wanted Harvey Dent to die, or Rachel, the way how you know that he expected Rachel to die was you see how Harvey Dent's room is lit up and hers isn't. Because he figured, why bother lighting her room up when he's the one that they're going to save, because they're going to think it's Rachel. It's very screwed up what he did. Joker, that is. Because you see that Batman could have saved Rachel if he knew. He wants his phone call. This is fucked up. How many of your friends have I killed? I love Heath's face here. 6. The boss said, okay, so see, like Christmas. So that's why Joker goes after these crazy inmates in Arkham, because he can easily say something like that to him and get him to do what he did to him. Do you remember what he did to this guy?
He planted something inside of him?
Yes, he did, exactly. Now, see, even in this conversation that Rachel has with Harvey Dent, as they're talking, he says they're coming for you, and she says, I know. Because normally they would have gone after her if they had known the right locations for them. So she thinks that she's talking him through him about to die, when it's really the other way around. And we're about to see the genesis of Two-Face here, with the gasoline being poured on half of his face. See, I love this because he's telling him the truth. He knows that it's gonna piss this guy off. But and I love the look that he has right here of his makeup being smeared. It's creepy. It is. I knew your friends better than you did. Would you like to know which one of them were cowards? And if you notice, the broken mirror that was behind Joker, so he put a phone in this guy's stomach. All right, so you see the The mirror is broken behind him where Batman threw his head into.
Oh my god.
So he's going to use that broken mirror, that broken glass, to have at his throat. There. He just wants his one phone call. Oh, no, this is sad. This is sad because you have to wonder how many other men could survive what Harvey Dent's about to go through. Joker proves a point where, all right, so you see that it's a phone. But it's not just a phone. It's a what? What is it, Tina? It's a bomb.
I'm sorry. I'm getting too far into this movie. It's been too long since I've seen it.
Okay.
It's,
okay, understood.
And
you realize that I make it a guarantee to watch this movie at least once a year. Usually on Batman Day, but sometimes also my birthday. I make sure I watch this movie at least once a year. Sometimes more. Now, what I was saying earlier is that how many people could go through what Harvey Dent goes through right now and not be corrupted? That's the point. It's not like Harvey Dent is being corrupted or being turned evil over something dumb. Like, see, and this is where we realize that this is where Rachel realizes that she's about to die. Oh, I remember this killed me in the theater right here. Ready?
She knows she's gonna die.
Yeah, she does. Boom! There it goes. Oh, what a way to go. I remember being very surprised that they killed Rachel. And there goes half of Harvey's face there.
No.
Yep.
No.
You've seen this before.
I know.
But it's very sad because you're watching a man become unraveled. You're watching a man lose his sanity and lose his grip on right and wrong.
And somebody who's supposed to take Batman's place, he judged him wrong.
Look at this. I love this shot here. I have it right there. Right there. I have this picture of Joker in the cop car driving away from the police station. I have that frame, or not frame, but I have a picture of it on my wall. It's very cool. I love this shot too of Batman at the condemned building that Rachel died in, because he's now realizing that he failed Rachel. And he finds the coin that she had. One side of it is completely destroyed, and that becomes Tails. Okay, so Alfred is reading the letter that Rachel wrote for Bruce Wayne, and it basically says that she will be there for Bruce, but as his friend, that she wants to marry Harvey, and blah, blah, blah. So Alfred's like, well, fuck. What do I do with this shit?
Oh,
yeah,
he's not gonna give that.
You can't, especially after she just died. I mean, he's going to. I mean, his first instinct is to give it to him, right? But once he sees how distraught Bruce is, and once he sees that Bruce is still clinging on to the idea that Rachel was going to be with him, and it's really the only thing that's getting Bruce by is to think that Rachel was going to pick him. So to find out that she wasn't going to pick him would probably mess him up right now. That's a great looking mask right there. Or, I'm sorry, cowl.
Mask.
They're going to have to make do with you. He says she was going to wait for me. Yeah, Alfred's realizing And you can never know. So he's like, all right, well, I'll let you. It can wait. Did you ever catch him? How? We burned the forest down. So, yeah, okay.
Oh no.
So Harvey's going to wake up. Half of his face is gone, and he's going to see the coin, and he's going to think Rachel's alive. Because he knows that he gave that to Rachel. So he's going to think for a second that she's alive until he sees boom. And now he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. There was a second that maybe he would have been, but yeah, he's gone. Two-Face is in full effect. And now Coleman Reese is going to reveal the identity of Batman because things have gone too far. Oh, this is not going to be a pleasant visit from Gordon to Harvey. And I love this tease. They purposely tease what half of his face looks like. They never even showed it in the trailers. I mean, the trailers never showed that he was going to become Two-Face in this movie. There might have been some hints, but nobody knew for sure. In Internal Affairs, yeah. What was the name that they had for him in Internal Affairs? Do you know?
Oh my goodness.
Do you know? Do you know what the name was?
Yes, I do.
He's say it. Two-Face, Harvey Two-Face. And then ready, they tease it. Well, no, you don't see it. We see Gordon's horrified reaction to it. And then he turns away and we don't see it. Oh, that's so great. So great. Like, they're really making us wait. And, like, as sick as it is, we shouldn't want to see it, but we do. And it makes us feel like horrible people for wanting to see just how bad his face looks. And not just that. This is probably one of the few times... There it is. We see it. Oh, look how good that looks. And when I say good, I mean like how realistic that looks. You would think that Aaron Eckhart actually had half of his face burnt off for this movie.
Oh my god, that's terrible. That's CGI.
It is CGI, and I was just about to say that it's one of the few and only times that they use CGI. But notice how, because he doesn't use CGI that much, when he does use it, it's effective, right? When he does use it, it looks real. Because everything else is so real. And I think that's what I like the most about Nolan's movies. Look at all this money. How much money do you think that is, if you had to guess? Like, how many millions of dollars do you think that is?
I have no idea.
Did you notice who was on top? Okay, yeah, Mr. Lau was on top of the pile of money. So that's his half. That's Joker's half. Their half is, I think, there is somewhere else, right? So he's not touching, right? This is all of the money that Joker has. He's going to burn his money. How many times? Think about it. Think about how many movies you've seen, people. Everybody in the comments. Let me know in the comments right now. How many movies have you seen where the villain wants money? Where the villain wants to steal money, rob banks, or get codes, or get someone's bank account information, steal their money, because that's
money.
But no, seriously, and look at it. So how many times is that the motivation of villains? Here we have a villain who just burnt how many millions of dollars because he doesn't give a fuck about money. How does that not make him one of the best and most intriguing villains you've ever seen? And also, Mr. Lau just got burned alive up there.
Right? I forgot about him.
But because we don't,
I'm
right?
Just looking at the money.
We
being
don't.
Like,
we don't focus. We don't
money.
We don't focus on Mr. Lau getting burned alive. It's just subtly
the money.
Right. So that's how you get away with a PG-13 movie of like they just burned somebody up there, but he just burned all that money. He's calling into the Gotham City News program. This Blu-ray that I own has a really cool feature where they have a bunch of episodes of Gotham City News as if it was a real news, and they have that same host, Anthony Michael Hall, I think his name is. He did like 5 or 6, maybe 7, 8. I don't know how many episodes that they did of this Gotham City News program, but all of the episodes are on the Blu-ray, and you can watch them in full. And I've done this plenty of times because it's almost like watching the news if you lived in Gotham. It's pretty cool. The first episode they talk about Scarecrow, like some teenager being contaminated with fear gas, and Scarecrow, like they talk about that. There's another episode where they talk about Bruce Wayne being the Playboy guy, and they do like a character spotlight on him. There's another episode where they talk about Harvey Dent, and even Aaron Eckhart comes on to the news program and gets interviewed by Anthony Michael Hall like it's a real, again, news program. They do some really cool stuff with that. All right, so here we have a moment where Joker now said that if Coleman Reese is not killed, then he will blow up a hospital. So now you have all these people who probably know people in hospitals, have a loved one in a hospital, don't want to get blown up, so they're willing to kill a guy that they don't know just to stop that from happening. And clearly Joker has proved from his reputation that he will do what he says he'll do. So now you're going to have people trying to kill this guy. And I love it. That's how Joker, once again, is...
Because this guy's an idiot. All he wanted was his 15 minutes of fame.
But Joker is proving, though, that people will do some fucked up and heinous things if it means saving somebody, right? Like, they will kill this guy if... So, all right, we're seeing that they're... Alfred is looking up these cops and people who are around Reese to make sure that, like, do they have any loved ones in a hospital? So, yeah, that cop that's in the car with them, his wife is in. See, watch out. Gordon is looking at a text message. Oh, look it. There's a nurse. But Joker just killing the black cops. Cops with relatives in Gotham hospitals. Ramirez, Berg. So, Berg is him. Ramirez is the Spanish cop that you thought was Montoya. She has a mother in the hospital. But this is a great scene. Joker dressed up like a nurse is hilarious, first of all. And second of all, Harvey's reaction to being face-to-face with Joker. This is another great scene, similar to the Batman scene because... Hi. This is the great scene, though, because you have Joker and Harvey Dent talking to each other. And this is Joker convincing Harvey Dent that the system is fucked. Rachel. But Joker is proving a point that this system is flawed and that he's wasting his time trying to fight for it, and that there's better ways to make an impact. See, he's proving that he just does things. I might have to pee again.
No, you don't.
I might have to pee again. But this is a great scene.
The scheme,
I love the scene. I love the green hair, the green long hair. That, like, this is a very different look for Joker. Don't get me wrong. Like, they took a chance by changing his look and changing the Joker as much as they did, but it worked. Jared Leto's Joker, that change did not work. It was terrible. The tattoos and the grill and all that's terrible, terrible. But this is a change for the Joker that every time I dress up at the Joker for Halloween with the makeup, that's the makeup that I go for. All right, so this cop is about to kill because his wife's in the hospital. He's about to kill. Yes, that'd be why. I don't want to pee though before this moment.
Oh no! He's gonna shoot him! He's gonna shoot him in the car! He's gonna shoot.
Do you not remember what happens here? Look at Joker just untied Harvey Dent's arms because, again, he's crazy. All right, now I think Bruce is about to realize that this guy's going to try to kill Kyle. He's going to ram into the car. All right, so see, Joker's going to realize that how easily the city was controlled and manipulated. Some people have theories that maybe this Joker was in the military and has some PTSD. The reason why, though,
major PTSD.
But the reason why, though, is because he's saying because he's mentioning that if a truckload of soldiers, if he got in the news and said that a truckload of soldiers were going to get blown up, nobody would care, nobody would panic because that's war, right? That's what happens to soldiers. But when he said he got on the news and said that a mayor or that, like these certain people would die, then everybody went crazy. Then everybody cared. So I think that's why some people think that maybe he's a soldier because of that comment. I don't think so. I get the theory, but I just don't believe that. But he is proving that
embrace the chaos.
Fair, yes. Chaos is fair. Chaos is random. Chaos is not. You're not choosing who you're going to do things to. It's completely random. And he's telling him, heads you live, tails you die. And he says he likes it. He flips the coin. Now, the look that he gave him was like, okay, it clearly landed on heads. Now, is he really going to not kill me? And he doesn't. Oh, look at that. And Bruce Wayne took the crash to save Kyle Reese, to save the same guy that was going to expose his identity. But I do love how Bruce Wayne pretends to not know what the hell's going on. He was trying to catch the light. And see, now Kyle Reese sees that he protected them. You're welcome, fuckface. He goes, you think I should go to a hospital? You don't watch a lot of news, do you, Mr. Wayne? Because clearly hospitals are not the place you want to go. All right, he just blew up. He has bombs in the hospital. Now, this scene was improv, right? So this bomb was supposed to go off. And for some reason, there was a delay. So you see how it's like... Right? Okay, so you see that the explosion is kind of happening, but it's not like a full... So this reaction from Heath Ledger is real. Because it was really supposed to be more than that. And this is all just him reacting for real. And then this reaction of him going, like, that was all really, like, legit. Christopher Nolan talked about how, like, that was just him doing that on his own. Which is great. Isn't that great? And
yeah, it is.
The reason why that was the only take that they could use is because they only had one take to blow up a hospital. They couldn't do that again. So that's why whatever happened. That's why he stayed in character and just reacted as if the Joker would react to it. They couldn't just say like, all right, cut, let's do it again, because you're blowing up a real building. All right, I'm gonna pee, but if you notice, they kidnapped the news reporter and Harvey Dent's missing.
I didn't notice that.
Well, yeah, they grabbed the same school bus that Joker jumped into. It's the same school bus that somebody grabbed the news reporter and put him into the bus. You didn't see that?
No, I didn't.
Well, watch. You're gonna see. Joker is going to have a. He has him right now. Breaking news.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Bomb blast levels Gotham.
You have everybody.
And
They're gonna react.
Breaking news. You got Lucius Fox looking in through Wayne Towers. Blast levels, Gotham General. He's got him dressed up as the Joker.
Yeah.
He's just acting crazy.
Okay. Okay. So, right. So he basically told the city that he has bombs in the city. So if he's telling the people, if you're smart, get out of the city, but don't use the tunnels because the tunnels are in for a surprise. Now, really, he doesn't really have anything planned for the tunnels. He's telling people not to use the tunnels because he wants people to take the ferries. Because if they take the ferries, then he'll be able to do his little plan as far as having the two ferries go up against each other. All right. Okay, Tina, you're missing it. Harvey Dent just is now confronting the cop that drove him to the place where he got taken. Hurry up!
I was getting us my booze.
Okay, look at see. He said, "Who picked up Rachel?" Because that's the cop that took him. He knows that. He's asking him.
Fugitive, that dumb asshole.
Is that the same guy?
That is the same
I
guy.
thought. I thought he was familiar. Right. So he's always a corrupted asshole, right? See, it's okay. So he said that's funny.
Is he gonna die?
Well, he just told him that Ramirez is the one that took Rachel. He just killed him.
He just killed him.
Well, because it was.
Harvey Dent's supposed to be a white knight.
But he lost the love of his life. He's seeing that all of these cops are corrupted. He's fighting for a city that doesn't deserve it. He just found out that Ramirez took Rachel. So that's why she's not Renee Montoya, because she's a dirty cop. Hey, hold on. Okay, so Batman just showed Lucius Fox that he's using his sonar devices, and he's trying to use it to find the Joker. Lucius Fox does not like the fact that he's doing that because he feels like it's too much power for one person. It's obviously Batman's desperate and he's willing to do anything to catch the Joker. And Lucius Fox, I do like the fact that Lucius feels this strongly about his devices, his equipment being used for something like this.
Oh no.
He's saying that he will quit if this stays here. So he says, all right. He says he'll do this one thing, but
then he's gone.
Then he's gone. Yes. You have the hiccups?
I don't know where they came from.
Okay. Okay. Hold your breath. Remember I taught you that? Hold your breath. Okay. And keep doing it. Trust me, it works. Where's our? No, we haven't found him. How long can you keep this quiet? So there's only a few selected people who know that Harvey Dent is out there. Look at boom! Somebody just took. Harvey Dent just took the. Just took somebody out. It took me a few viewings to realize that Harvey Dent takes out that guy, and then
I didn't even see it.
You didn't see it just now?
No.
Yeah, the guy that was about to get into the car with him, Harvey Dent clocks him in the head from behind and takes him out. And I love the effect of how his face looks. It like every time I see it, I just stare at it because it's like I'm looking for the CGI. I'm looking for the part where it looks fake, and to me, it just looks so real. I love it.
So gross.
It is gross. Because in the cartoons, it's blue. And the reason why his face is blue is because a cartoon can't show a red red face, like they can't show that, like, so that's why it's so to see in a live action movie, and I'm not talking about the shitty Tommy Lee Jones, Two-Face that looked rubbery. I'm talking about an actual. You see some bone in his cheek. You see his skeleton. You see how big his eye is, and and you see the tendons in his cheek, holding his mouth together. Now I like that he flipped a coin for Sal Maroni. It landed on heads, so he didn't kill him. But he flipped the coin again for the driver. That hit tails, and so he shot the driver, which, let's be honest, that probably also killed.
A lucky shot, because he could have killed himself.
No, that's why he puts the
seatbelt on, but he still could have killed himself.
Well, this movie is clearly a PSA that if you wear your seatbelt, you can survive any car accident. Okay, so we have one ferry that has the citizens of Gotham, and then the second ferry has
inmates.
The inmates. Yes, the inmates who from Arkham. I believe it's Arkham. Maybe it's Blackgate. I don't fucking know.
Bad guys.
It's bad guys. That's the
murderer.
Point. Hey, look it. I want you to notice one of the inmates. Look at how
Michael C. Duncan or Clark Duncan.
Michael C. Duncan? What? Who the hell is that? Michael Clark Duncan? No.
That's Phil C. Duncan.
No, Michael. No, it's Debo from Friday.
Oh.
Yeah, I recently showed her the movie Friday, so that's why. And just because it's two big black guys doesn't mean that they all look alike.
That's not.
We don't all look alike. We don't all look alike. I'm not Lawrence Fishburne.
Shut up. Not what I said.
Yeah. So there you go, bombs. Now we don't know if my theory is that how they have the devices for the bombs, and supposedly if you hit the device, it blew up the other ferry. My theory is that if they hit it, it would blow up their own ferry. Like if it was like, hey, if you guys make a decision to kill the other people, then you're really gonna blow yourselves up. That's what I think Joker was gonna do. But since they never trigger it, we don't know for sure. Maybe it really did blow up the other one. We don't know.
So you're just making up.
My theory is that it was gonna blow themselves up, but he was wrong. Oh, he just found a lock on Joker's hideout. It just seems like that's the Joker's MO, is to sort of like fuck with you, and then if you decide to do something, he tricks you into showing you that you made a mistake.
Because he only likes chaos.
Yes, right. So he wants to prove that he can force people to want to kill other people, but then it kills themselves. Because think about it. You have to figure that this ferry full of prison inmates, that they're going to choose to kill a bunch of innocent people to save themselves. You would expect that, right? Yes. Also, the normal citizens, you would expect them to say, fuck the criminals, we're going to save ourselves, and they can die. So either way, it makes sense what Joker was going for here. See, those men had their chance. So, it makes sense, yeah. And I think if this was real life, I think this would be the conversations going on.
That's terrible. We're all humans.
Okay, but they're criminals though. Why should we have to die if they, right? I'm just saying that's the logic that would go into it.
That is actually how you feel.
Ramirez is calling Barbara and telling her that you can't trust the cops who are watching their house, to leave the house. She will call off the cops for 10 minutes, giving them time to leave. See, now Harvey Dent's saying she believes you because she trusts you, and just like Rachel trusted her. See, and now he's gonna say, okay, her mother's hospital bills. That's how she was getting paid off to do things for the mob. Now, he didn't kill her. He flipped his coin. It was heads. So he just hit her. He didn't kill her. So she doesn't die. but still.
But he's gonna try to kill the little kid.
Well, he's go. You know what? Let's talk about that. Maybe maybe we
This
should.
whole movie is all fucked now.
Maybe we should talk about it when we get there. Was he really gonna kill Gordon's son, or was he gonna kill Gordon in front of his son? I don't know. I don't know. Like, we'll get there, and you tell me what you think. But we're still dealing with the fairy stuff now. All right. So look they're gonna have a fucking vote. They're gonna vote on if they should blow up the other ferry. That's what they're going for. What would you vote for?
And how long is that gonna take?
What would you vote for?
I wouldn't kill another person.
So
I couldn't do
you
it.
would vote to not blow it up?
I couldn't do it.
Is it sad that
it.
sad that I would vote for yes?
Yes,
to
you
blow
would.
it up? Hey.
Because you have no idea what they did. They could have stolen a pack of gum for all you know.
They're probably not in prison for stealing gum. I don't think that's how prison works, Tina.
You don't know they could have been framed. You don't know who went.
Okay, look. Out of that whole ferry, I don't know how many inmates are in there. I'd say about 75% of them are rapists and murderers. So that's enough for me.
How many people are innocent?
Maybe 10%. Maybe 10, 15%.
And you want to kill that 10%?
I don't say I want to, but if it's either me or them.
What is wrong with you?
Now this is pretty cool. You have the whole sonar thing going on here with Batman. See, this is the thing that I told you that the TV show Batwoman stole from The Dark Knight when he has that sonar thing over his eyes. Yeah, see.
Who cares? She's being canceled.
But it looks yeah. Ruby Rose left the show. If you guys are paying attention to current events, but it looks 10 times cooler in this movie. Of course. So see, they look like the bad guys. That's the reporter. So Joker made all the kidnap victims look like the clown henchmen. The real henchmen are dressed up like the hostages. See, that's why he always swaps it. That's why I think he also swapped the fairies. So only Batman knows that these aren't but the cops are trying to kill the hostages because they think. Isn't it messed up? See, and now the hostages, quote unquote, are really the bad guys. And so Batman has to now go after the cops or stop the cops and save the clowns. Oh, Batman just broke that guy's neck.
Yeah, but he doesn't kill anybody.
He doesn't kill anybody.
If you break someone's neck, you kill somebody.
No, breaking a neck isn't killing. You're just paralyzed.
You break a neck, you die.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, if you break your neck, you could still survive that.
You break a neck, you die.
That's
you
not
break
true.
Your neck, you die.
Plenty of people break their necks and get neck surgery to repair it. You don't break your neck and then you're just dead. That's not how breaking necks work.
Yes,
there's
it
levels.
is.
No, there's levels of breaking necks.
No, there isn't. You break
Yes,
your
there
neck, you
is. Have you
die.
not watched wrestling where wrestlers break their necks and then they get neck surgery? You don't just break your neck and you're dead, Tina. God, there's Debo. That's my bike, punk. That means they haven't killed us yet either. That's true. It's true. You gotta stop and realize that, wait a minute, the other people haven't elected to kill us yet. Let's be human beings here for a second. Now, in real life, I don't buy that they would do this. I know it sucks to think about that with humanity, right? Christopher Nolan is obviously trying to prove a point that, like, humans and people aren't as bad as the Joker thinks that they are. But in real life, I think that one of them would have blown the other one up. And therefore, maybe blowing themselves up. See, now the cops are now having to go after Batman. Because they think that, like, Batman just all of a sudden went rogue and went evil, right? But I love this. Look at this. They didn't even realize the whole time that he hooked this wire onto each and every one of them. So that's great shit right there. All without killing anyone, mind you.
But he broke
Hey,
her
look at
neck.
grapple gun. First time we see him use a grapple gun. Now they're realizing that the hostages are the clowns, that the doctors are the criminals. All right. The Joker has some. What kind of dogs are those? Are those Rottweilers? I'm not good with dogs. What kind of dogs? Look at that dog just got knocked the fuck out. Now, because Batman is knocking them off the ledge, are they dying? These dogs? Is he killing these dogs? Look how Joker is just wildly swinging his pole, his pipe. He's hitting the dogs too as he's just swinging, like he's just going nuts. Look at him. Look at it. Whee! See, so like, did he just throw the dog off the ledge? Did he just kill the dog?
He just killed all those dogs.
Well, the dogs were being evil. Fuck them. Oh, look at Debo, the meanest, scariest looking dude out of everybody. Look at this. Look how big he is. He's still big. Fuck, he's scary looking. Like, how is he not really a criminal? He's now this is fucked up. He's basically telling the guy, like, hey, look, you don't know how to kill somebody, I'll do it. And now this guy on the Citizens Ferry is also trying to act tough, like he's gonna kill people. But they let them take it, so it's true in the sense that, like, they don't want to be the ones that do it, but they'll let somebody else do it. Oh no, his sonar is going in and out. This is a great moment. I remember this in one of the TV spots of Joker swinging at him like that. There you go. Okay, here we go. The hostages are safe. Batman, thanks to Batman, the hostages are safe. You could tell them I took it by force. Look at this. Ugh. And I'll do what you should have did 10 minutes ago. You know what you should have did? You know what you should have done? Throw it out the fucking window. So, he's basically like, you know what? If we die, we die. Fuck it. We'll miss the fireworks. And here we go. That's a great quotable moment too. So this is the only time in the movie where Joker is proven wrong, or he is outsmarted, or he is, misjudged a person's actions. Everything else that he's done has been on purpose, has been planned. Even him getting caught and put in jail, he planned for it, which is why he had that guy in the prison cell with the thing. Or at least he had plan Bs. He had like backup plans in case he got locked up. This is the only thing where he didn't plan for. He figured that they would blow each other up. Don't move. And see, he said I can pray. So he's probably about to blow them both up right now. Do you know how I got these scars? I'd love to look at this. He's laughing as he's falling because he thinks like, "Wow, I just got Batman to kill me." So he was laughing. But unlike Michael Keaton, who let Jack Nicholson fall to his death at the end of '89, this Batman saved him. You couldn't just let me go, could you? I love that he was so happy that he got Batman to kill him, or at least he thought that he didn't even care about himself dying. This is the perfect Joker. We will never get a better Joker than this. Never, ever, ever. I don't care what's done. I don't care what anybody does. This is my definitive Joker. And he won't kill Batman because he's too much fun. I love it. I love it. He's like, you're too much fun. I can't kill you. Like I love doing this with you. We were robbed. We were robbed because the original plan for Dark Knight Rises was that Joker was going to be in that third movie. And we were supposed to, that's why
and he just up and died.
We were robbed of seeing more of this. We were going to get more of this dynamic. I'm not saying...
They could have just recasted him.
No. First of all, who the fuck is going to do a better job than Heath Ledger on playing this same exact Joker? I know that other actors have now played Joker since, but they've played different Jokers. Like not in different... Like, not connected to this. You can't have somebody else continue this version of the Joker after what Heath Ledger did with it. I'm not even talking about Heath Ledger dying. I'm just talking about the performance. You can't, because then you're going to compare 100%, and then you're going to be like, all right, whoever you got isn't as good as Heath Ledger, so why bother? And plus, Christopher Nolan felt so close to Heath that he didn't want to disrespect him by recasting him. And he doesn't even mention the Joker by name in Dark Knight Rises because he didn't want to, like... And that's the last time we see Joker in this movie. I love the way that I love the way that as he was talking to Batman too, even though he was hanging upside down, he looked like he was facing right side up because it proved that even though he was being caught, he was still in control. He still had Harvey Dent as his ace in the hole. He still had Harvey Dent. He corrupted Harvey Dent. He corrupted the best of us, like he said.
He lived long enough to become the villain.
Right. Harvey Dent is now the villain. He's kidnapped Gordon's family. We see Gordon's daughter, by the way. We're going to see... I mean, we don't really see her face, but we see her there. And here's the moment where I wanted to ask you if you think that Harvey Dent was really about to kill Gordon's son, or if he was about to kill Gordon himself in front of his son. See, there's his daughter right there. We don't see her face, but you see that she's there. So, presumably, that's young Barbara Gordon. In this universe, I don't think that this universe would have a Batgirl. Just, I don't know. I don't think Chris Nolan would ever really... But I think he just had a daughter be there to sort of, like, please fans who, like, he's supposed to have a daughter, so there you go, his daughter.
They pay more attention to
on
the son.
On the son, which I've never known Gordon to have a son, so I think it's just a thing, yeah. So is it your wife? So he's trying to test to find out who Gordon cares more about. Which is sort of messed up, right? Like he's reading how intense he is. He said we have a winner. It's your son. That's who you really don't want to get killed. So he's gonna. It's that fucked up. No,
it's mean.
It is mean. All right, so.
I want to like contact my offspring now.
Do you?
Yes.
Why you think Harvey Dent kidnapped them and he would do it in front of you? All right, it wouldn't be behind your back, so don't worry. You brought your
That's
cops?
supposed to make me feel better?
Sure, yeah. See, so Gordon didn't tell them that Harvey Dent was going around and being crazy. He just told them that there's a situation.
Look at his face. My squeaky voice.
He can't escape this, yeah. See, it's not about what I want, it's about what's fair. So he's saying it's not that he wants to kill the son. It's that he just wants to give Gordon the same grief that he got. I wonder how old this kid is now, right? How old would you say that kid is right there?
20.
No, right there. The kid.
Right now?
No, right there. Like, at this point in the movie, how old do you think that kid is?
I don't know. Ooh, 8?
You think 8? Okay, so this was 2008, this movie. It's now 2020.
16?
So he's now... He would be like 18 if you do the math. Or, no, 12. No, he'd be 20
I was right. I was right.
Did you say 20? Oh. See? So Batman just told him that the Joker did this to you just to prove a point that you could be corrupted. And Harvey Dent said he was right. So now he's flipping a coin to look at the fate of each and every one of them. Tails shoots Batman. Oh. Batman's dead. He just... Now, he says, my turn. He flips the coin, and it lands on heads. Now, what if it landed on tails? Would he have shot himself in the head? Or would he have waited until the end of all this and then killed himself? Do you know what I mean? I always wondered that. Like, he's lucky it landed on heads, but what if it landed on tails? Would he have killed himself right then and there? Or would he have been like, all right, well, I'm going to kill myself then at the end of all this, and then I'll just do what I want to do, and then I'll kill myself?
No, he would have offed himself right then.
Right then and there? Really?
On top of that boy.
I don't believe that. I don't think so. I think he wanted to hurt Gordon too much to where he would have killed him after he flipped the coin here. Now, we don't know what it landed on because Batman just tackled him. It lands on heads here, but, you know, who knows what it landed on if it was on his head. And so Batman grabbed the son. We don't even know the son's name, do we? Like, what's the son's name? Whoa.
Jim?
You think they just named their kids after themselves? We see though that Harvey Dent's dead. He died from the fall. I guess you kind of do see her face there.
I didn't get to see it.
Paying
more attention to the boy.
It's
that girl's gonna have so much problem when she's older.
It's very brief. No, I think she's better off that she wasn't the one with the gun pointed at her head. So Harvey though fell and died. I think he snapped his neck or something.
So Harvey and Rachel both died.
Yes. Now some people were upset. They compare it to Venom in Spider-Man 3, whereas we get Two-Face for like maybe 10 minutes before he dies. Now, do you have a problem with that? Do you agree that we didn't get enough Two-Face? Should they have saved Two-Face for the third movie where he got to do more stuff? Or do you feel like we got enough of Two-Face that we needed and it is what it is?
I think we got enough.
I agree. Like, I like the Two-Face character in general. I do think I would have liked a little bit more, but at the same time, what more can you do? This is a very hyper-realistic version of Batman, and so how long could a guy like Harvey Dent, who had half of his face burnt, how long could he live with half of his face like that? Even Gordon says in the hospital that Harvey was refusing. Look at that. Harvey was refusing skin grabs and, like, any painkillers, so he was just feeling the pain.
How can you refuse it?
I don't think the doctors can force you to take painkillers.
Yes, they can. They can stick you with it.
Well,
they can go,
they can stick you with painkillers? Isn't that like
pills? In your IV? They can do it. They can do it. Anything.
But if you refuse it, though,
they can do it.
Unless you're a criminal or an inmate,
strap you down.
I don't think they can force you.
They can do it.
As far as I know, I don't think they can force you to unless you're a criminal. So now, Gordon, this is the guy who just tried to kill his family, has to now eulogize Harvey Dent in front of the public and say how grave a man he was. I'm sure. And now they have to vilify Batman because Batman was willing to say that he's the one who killed these people, not Harvey Dent. They want to protect Harvey Dent's name because Harvey Dent, his reputation is what got those criminals locked up. It's what got everything going. So Batman's Alfred he's burning Rachel's letter because he doesn't. And now Lucius Fox, he told Bruce Wayne that as long as this machine is in the building, he will not stay there. So Bruce Wayne or Batman told him to type in his name when he's done. When he typed in his name, the device got destroyed. So that's why he smirked, because he said, all right, well, he at least respected what I said. The device just got destroyed. It won't be used again, so he won't be leaving. So Batman just did the ultimate sacrifice. He's willing to be painted as a villain in the criminal in the public's eye. in order to maintain what good Harvey Dent did do. This was an ending that I was not expecting, especially the first time I saw it. Like, wow, this is an ultimate, like, double-edged sword ending where, like, yeah, it's a happy ending in the sense that they caught Joker, and they stopped Harvey, but to have Batman be looked as a criminal was very interesting. I couldn't wait for the third movie with a cliffhanger like this. And I remember I talked about my theater experiences. This speech that Gordon gives is great, first of all. And second of all, that ending always got a cheer and a clap from the theater. Everybody stood up, gave this movie a standing ovation, directed by Christopher Nolan, screenplay by his brother and him.
Jonathan, if nobody knew that.
Jonathan Nolan, yeah, sorry. But like, so that last shot of Batman driving off in the tunnel and then shutting off, every single time, the 6 times I saw this in theaters, it got a standing ovation. Because yes, I saw this. It's the most I've seen a movie in theaters. I think Avengers Endgame I saw 5 times in theaters. So it almost was tied, but still not quite. Anyways, though, this movie is amazing. This movie is perfect. It's perfection. This movie is what I think superhero movies should strive for. I'm not saying that every movie has to be this dark and this serious. Every superhero movie. You do. Hold your breath again. But I'm not saying that every superhero movie has to be this serious and this dark and this brooding. But I'm saying that as far as being taken with as much care and as much effort and as much intricacy, as much just everything that was put into this film, I think every superhero movie should be treated just as important. And the MCU has done a good job with some of their movies as far as being taken that seriously too, or being as handled carefully. But I still, DC has not yet reached the plateaus. They've not reached the heights that this movie hit. Whether it's any movie from the DCEU. Well, not last good movie. They've had some good movies since. They haven't had a perfect movie since this. They haven't had a great movie since this. I remember people, I don't know if people still say this, but at the time, they were saying that this is the godfather of superhero movies. And that's high praise. Look, in memory of our friends, Heath Ledger, boom. And somebody else, I didn't see the other person, sorry. But, yeah, I like the Heath Ledger tribute right there. It's my first time I've noticed that. I've seen this movie like 175 times. Give or take. But yeah, so this is a film that I think still stands the test of time. I think it still holds up. I think, look, Barbara Gordon, well, that's the wife, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I freaked out when I saw Barbara Gordon. I was like, oh, hey.
That girl! Ah!
Yeah.
But no.
But, I mean, this movie, I don't think I'll ever get, like, when I say I don't think, I obviously will never get sick of this movie. But it's amazing how it's now been 12 years since this movie came out. And I still love it. I still hold it at such a high regard. It still hasn't been overtaken for me.
The bee's knees, yo.
What she said. Yeah. Let's give our final thoughts since we're at the credits and since this is about to be over. And I mean, like, I feel like I can talk about this movie.
Is there an after credits scene?
No, DC doesn't really do that. There was an after credits scene in Suicide Squad and Justice League. I don't remember if Wonder Woman did, but usually they don't do that. That's a Marvel thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, like, as the credits are going, as we're playing out, I didn't mention Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard's score for this movie. It's amazing. I own the soundtrack on my iPod. It's great. I can listen to it and fully get into each and every moment, especially the theme that plays during the Harvey Dent sequence. It's very haunting and very intense. Anyways, final thoughts before we close this out.
I enjoyed the movie.
You enjoyed the movie.
I did. I thought Heath Ledger had an awesome performance.
Of course, he's great. Heath Ledger is amazing. He will go down for me as my favorite Joker of all time. I don't think we'll ever get a better Joker than this. We've had some good Jokers. We've had some great Jokers. We've had some shitty Jokers. Yeah, Jared Leto. But
Oh my goodness.
We've seen the best of the best, I think, here. I think Christian Bale is the best Batman. I think Harvey Dent, Aaron Eckhart's the best.
Keaton, man.
Yeah, well, Keaton wasn't here now, was he? And I think we have the best Commissioner Gordon. So I mean, come on, that's 4 for 4 right there. I'm like, my math might be off on this, but 4 for 4.
Just like the
Ledger.
Movie. We get it.
Ledger, Bale, Oldman, and who else did I say?
We get it. You like the movie.
Michael Caine is the best Alfred. That's 5 right there. That's 5 best of the best of the best. Anyways, so you enjoy this movie? You think it's the best Batman movie of all time? Yes.
I enjoy the movie.
You think it's but you think it's the best Batman movie? Oh, okay, fine. Really quick, what's the best Batman movie in your opinion?
I'm a Keaton fan.
I know you like Keaton as Batman, like
Keaton
him.
89's the best for me.
The movie's called Keaton 89. That's the name of the movie.
Yeah.
Keaton 89. Keaton 89. Well, folks, there you go. Obviously, I love this movie. I adore this movie. I cherish this movie. I hold this movie on a pedestal. It's on my nightstand, glowing in the dark each and every single night. It's something.
Yeah, he was.
I what? What? You weren't supposed to see that. But in all seriousness, since we're done here, let us know in the comments below, what do you think of The Dark Knight? Do you love it as well? Is it your favorite Batman movie? Is Christian Bale your favorite Batman? Is Heath Ledger your favorite Joker? Is Aaron Eckhart great? Is Gary Oldman great? Oh, so you admit that Christian Bale's great.
He's a good Batman.
He's great.
He's good.
Great.
He's good.
Do you not like his voice?
No.
The whole like, swear me, I'm not wearing a hawker hat.
Good.
Like, a lot of people shit on him for that, for the over exaggerated Batman voice.
No, he's good.
You're okay with it? Because we didn't talk about that. I just realized.
No,
I never had a problem with the Batman voice, so I guess that's why I didn't talk about it. But anyways, all right, we're getting close to the end here. So thank you again, guys, for watching, for listening to our Batman The Dark Knight commentary. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was fun. Stay tuned for whenever the hell our next one will be. We'll get there. The Dark Knight. All right. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.